The lie you've been told about manifestation and how you've actually been trained to give away your power. I'm Tracy L. I've been awake for over 25 plus years, energy healer of the decade and Amazon bestseller. And I'm going to teach you all of the secrets that I learned around health and wealth when I had to transform my own life. And today we're going to talk about the lies that you've been told in this space that will keep you stuck. So make sure you hit the like, the subscribe, and the share, comment below so you can continue to transform your life. And don't forget to get your free 5-day wealth tip guide all on video. Just click the link below. It's all yours. So you've probably heard that think positive, just ignore whatever's coming your way. And you're like, okay, I'm doing that, but you're not getting any better. Have you ever gone to those classes and you leave and you're on a high and then you go right back to your old life? Because manifesting isn't about swirling the purple light, or I like this one, just sit on your couch and imagine that dream partner or that $10,000 magically in your bank. It's just going to magically show up. Well, there's a little bit of truth to this, and there's a whole bunch of lies to this. To really manifest and create something you want means you need to change what's inside you. You have to get rid of the doubt, and you have to have this conviction of where you're going. But to be able to get rid of the doubt and have the conviction that you've seen in my other videos, you actually need to have a blueprint of what you want to create. Now, yes, there are things you want to understand and visualize and feel passionate about. However, if you don't know what that is, you can't just swirl the purple light and, manifest your dream man while you're sitting on your couch. Then you're going to marry, what, the postman, the UPS driver? This is probably one of my biggest frustrations about being in this field, and I'm sure you've seen it too. And when I'm teaching, I say to people, manifesting is creating, shifting your frequency and energy so you can have what you want. But if you understand what you want and you make that clear indication, yes, the universe is a vibration and frequency, and it will match you. But here's the key. When you have issues in your subconscious, maybe they're blocks, they're resistance, there's hesitation. If you mask over it with just affirmations and positive thoughts, you're not going to go anywhere. You're going to become a course junkie. Now, this is a way of living, yes, but you need to apply. So what happens is, here's something that you can do. You can go, okay, I'm choosing to feel this energy right now, mad, because I just lost my job. All right, so then you ask yourself, what's good about this I'm not getting? What's good about this I'm not getting? Maybe you were complaining you didn't want your job anymore. Maybe you said your job was horrible. So your vibration hit that, something happened to move your job. So what's good about this you're not getting is that it gives you an opportunity to create something you really want. But you also have to go into your body and say, okay, body, where am I feeling this energy right now? Where do I feel it? Like, where's it stuck? You need to identify the things that you didn't like about the job. You have to start to uncreate the patterns and the reasons you stayed there. If you stayed there because you had fear, then you're still running from a fear frequency, meaning you'll just manifest and create another job because you're gravitating to the paycheck. There's so many tips and there's so many things you need to understand. It is not just swirling that light. And when you understand to uncouple the energy, it's all about looking inside of you. And this is why people think it's hooey-wooey and fluff. It's actually very science-based if you have the right tools and information and understanding. But there's so much misinformation out there. And I know I've been down the rabbit holes over 25 years. This is why I'm creating the channel the way I am. If you've been on my radio show, if you've been to my classes, it's why I say it's no BS. I'm not going to sit there and tell you things that are just miraculously going to happen, but they will happen if you take a different action. So then somebody will say, I manifested a new job. You did, because you changed inside of you what you would no longer want or accept. And that takes time to look inside as to why you got there. If you read my book, you understand how clearly I had to be my first test subject before the thousands of people that I worked with. Because I had been kicked out of my house and was in a shelter. I was kidnapped at 5. I did have a gun to my head. I did live in a horrible, kind of housing that was just yucky. I had money problems. I had severe health problems. It didn't all uncouple. I was doing my work for 5 years before everything really started to move because I had so much to uncouple. If you can relate, comment below and let's keep moving through this together. So the thing that I want you to take away today is, what is it about your life you do not like? How can you look over here and start to create something? But when people are telling you, yes, there's things you want to focus on, and I do talk about that, but if you don't clear the gap, if you don't disconnect from the energy you're using that created it, meaning your belief systems, your emotions, you can swirl the light all day. You can be positive thinking all day long. But you know what? Positive thinking is important. Gratitude's important. But if you're using it to mask what's good, if you're having a bad day, you don't have to go and tell everyone you're having a bad day. Just say, yeah, I'm having a rough day today. I know I'm going to find a way to get through it. That's how you use the energy for you, not against you. If you're gossiping and doing all that, it's going to work against you. So there's so many of these misconceptions. Manifest, $10,000 tomorrow. Manifest that dream guy to text you. Yeah, I manifested my dream guy, but I'm telling you, you'll learn how. I'm very open in my community, and that's how I got my husband. And I'll tell you, I've manifested my business, but I also had to understand what steps to take. So I created it. Manifesting and creating are the two words, but they've been so thrown out on the internet that so many people are lost and they're like, this doesn't work. And it doesn't work because you've been taught the wrong way, which is to keep you stuck. There is an energy out there that works in a dark energy that doesn't want you to succeed. So you keep going over and over and over and wondering why I'm not getting that. But once you get the simple tools and once you start to move it out, I talk about this all the time in my Rewire and Brightside Academy. What happens is you start to learn how you have it inside. You're the power vessel, and things start to change. So you know what? You can swirl the purple light all day long. The secret to the secret they didn't tell you, and the secret is you actually have to look at where the subconscious belief's coming from, remove it, and that is what we're going to continue to do. So ask yourself, what's good about this I'm not getting? Because the manifesting tools that people have out there, most of them don't work. They're just going to keep you spinning over and over and over. So comment below, click the like, subscribe, and make sure you share so you can come back every week when I upload a new video. And don't forget, we're going to relaunch our live YouTube this winter. You don't want to miss it. It's based on my old radio show, which you can watch below. Have a great day.